It's close. Let's go give it a warm welcome. Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill.
Welcome to 1 Hour Reviews. We give games exactly 1 hour to win us over and tell you which ones kept us hooked until the end.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
The Witcher 3 is an action role-playing game published by CD Projekt and developed by CD Projekt Red. The Witcher series is based on the fantasy novels written by Andrzej Sapkowski and its third sequel released on May 19, 2015. The story continues chronologically and offers the ability to import previous save games to incorporate the changes made by the player in the past two titles. After being introduced to this series back in 2007 with the first game, we then watched it grow from obscure Western-style RPG to the fantasy blockbuster it has become. The Witcher 3 opens with a beautiful pre-rendered cutscene setting up the journey we're about to embark on. Then we go in-game and discover what Geralt has been up to lately.
You're not in a circus, pirouette.
The whole intro sequence is actually a flashback, allowing new players to get up to speed with the story and learn the basic controls through a series of tutorials that are nicely woven into the narrative.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
Once we get out in the wild, we can really appreciate the graphics of this game, which are very impressive. The excellent art direction and its nice color palette are covered in real-time dynamic lighting and create a very atmospheric setting. All of the trees, shrubs and grasses are subject to the environment, and seeing them dance in the wind adds a lot of authenticity. On top of that, each area has a distinct feel to it, making exploration far more exciting.
It's close. Let's go give it a warm welcome.
When it comes to the gameplay, we notice that after experimenting with a few different approaches in the last titles, CD Projekt really nailed it with The Witcher 3. The combat feels very intuitive from the start, and as soon as we familiarize ourselves a bit more with the controls, we quickly get to a near telepathic level of connection with Geralt as we make him gracefully dance over the screen with the fluidity of an experienced Witcher. What we think really sets this game apart from the other open world experiences, however, is the people living in it. The character models are highly detailed and their animations are very believable. Furthermore, their voice acting is excellent across the board, and the developers even gave them fitting accents according to their social class and origin.
There are no decent men in the army. There are only orders.
There is enough nuance in the writing to create intriguing personalities who we can relate to, and because of the enormous amount of dialogue, we rarely get a sense of repetition, which further reinforces our suspension of disbelief.
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
One of the prime aspects of an RPG is of course the quests, and even some of the best role-playing games will sometimes feature a few trivial fetch quests.
Trail's fresh.
The Witcher 3, however, does not fall victim to that trope, and every side quest we've come across felt like an adventure on its own.
Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I.
Finally, the sound design is excellent. All the sound effects are rich and powerful, matching the quality of the visuals, and the whole is being scored by a magnificent soundtrack that perfectly fits the theme and sets the ambience just right. After having played The Witcher 3 for nearly an hour, we realize how little we have seen of this breathtaking world. Not only is the size of the map mind-boggling, the density at which it is filled with interesting sights and people make for an incredible open-world experience, and knowing there are hundreds of hours of exciting quests to look forward to, we can say with confidence that The Witcher 3 will be keeping us busy for months to come.